down. What's the name of that? That's really good stuff. I mean,
but the marathon is a very, very, very special race. It's designed so that you can't finish it on pace. The distance is physiologically impossible to sustain from beginning to end. No matter how much goo, no matter how much, whatever you take or whatever happens, if you run on the edge of what you're physiologically capable of, you're going to fall apart. That was about the fact that I was getting ready to run my very first marathon. I've been running since I was 6, racing since I was 8. I was highly competitive at the high school level, the college level, and post-collegiately, but I never got around to running a marathon because it scared the living crap out of me. I learned a lot of things that I want to share with you today, too, about that experience of failure and what that has meant to me. Now I'm fat and out of shape. I mean, literally fat. Ruth will tell you. You can't see it because I'm tiny, but if I took my shirt off, you'd be like, ooh, he's fat. First of all, I want to tell you guys, the first thing I want to say is, those of you who are running your very first marathon at Austin this year, will you raise your hand? You can't imagine. I just want to say congratulations, because you got through one of the toughest training programs you'll ever find. No matter who your coach is, the program's designed to prepare you to get to the edge and succeed. You may have wondered sometimes why in the heck you were doing what you were doing, why you had to run so far. I'm running 26.2 miles. Why do I have to run 24 miles? I don't need to run 24 miles to know it. Well, you know, I don't know exactly. The training program, since I wrote it many years ago, has been changed and morphed. Ruth and Carolyn have done a fantastic job of accommodating and changing and making the whole program out to be effective. I don't know. So if I occasionally say things to you like, you would have done this workout, but hey, that was, 5 years ago you might have done that workout. You might not have done it this year. Humor me, please, because I don't really know exactly the workouts you've done. But I do want to tell you, I do know that this program is harder this year than it was last year. It's harder last year than it was the year before that, and every year it gets a little harder. So congratulations on making it through the training. That's an experience, and it ought to put you in a situation where you stand on the starting line feeling prepared and ready. Congratulations now, before it even happens, on preparing your mind and spirit for what you're going to go through on Sunday. Your body, it's too late. I know. But even if you didn't get the training done to a T, even if you have a few critical long runs or critical workouts that you've done that you didn't accomplish over this past training in the last 6 months, don't let that sway you from preparing yourself in your mind and your spirit for the race itself. Yourself now in your mind and spirit, I promise you, your experience of the race will be much greater, will be much more positive. So, congratulations now on starting that process and doing that, first by listening to this talk, secondly by implementing and taking advantage of the resources over the next week that you'll be provided online, and otherwise to start to prepare yourself. You may have already been provided online with a few talks that other people have given or some things that people have talked about in terms of your race preparation and all that. Please, you can't over-prepare in your mind and your spirit for this event. It's going, as I said at the beginning of this talk, the distance is designed to beat you. It's designed to beat you. You cannot sustain paces that you want to sustain nutritionally before you break down. And all that you're going to have to get through that, at this point in time, all the hay that you can put in the barn at this point is your psychological and spiritual hay. And it's important over this next week to begin to do that. All right? So anytime I talk about running a marathon, I like to talk about managing expectations. You guys have expectations. You had expectations before you started this program that may or may not have been fulfilled. Not within the program itself, but of yourself. Hopefully the expectations that you had of yourself when you started with this was, I expect to finish 26.2 miles. Not all of you may have set those expectations up. Some of you may have said, well, I'm just going to go through this program to see if I actually can run 26.2 miles. And if you have, then you're here today, you're running the race, you know you can. Some of the expectations you have to set up now are going to be critical to your success on race day. The most important expectation that you can set up is to expect success. If you don't start preparing your mind, your body and mind and your spirit to be successful in your goal, whether it be finishing or running at a specific time, it's not gonna get done. You're not gonna fake your way through 26.2 miles, folks. You're not. Not on this course. And if you've set goals that are pace related, you have an even tougher row to hoe because you're going to be running right on the edge of what your training has told you. And you have even greater level, a greater opportunity not to be successful in your goal, in that regard. So if you don't right now expect to be successful, to start thinking through the race plan that you have, through the mile markers that are out there, visualizing your experience in the marathon itself, it's going to be much tougher for you to be successful. Number 2, expect the unexpected. You have already decided what the race is going to be like for you, and I guarantee you, you're wrong. Your IT band's going to bug you at 2 miles, and you're like, it's over. 3 miles later, 4 miles later, it goes away. You've never had an IT band problem in the entire training program, and at mile 15, your IT band flares up. Expect success. Expect the unexpected. Expect to feel like $1 million when you thought you were going to feel horrible. Expect the weather to be exactly the opposite of what the weather person told you the day before it was going to be. Expect the unexpected and prepare for the unexpected. Prepare yourself from a clothing perspective. Prepare yourself to not be able to get to where you were going to meet the friends and the people that you thought you were going to meet before the race. If you don't expect the unexpected, then the house of cards starts to fall early. And then you're stuck in a situation where things didn't go the way you planned them, and now you're a basket of nerves, you're freaked out, you're worried, you're nervous. But if you go through the process this next week of expecting the unexpected, both on the race course and in the preparation, if things do go as expected, wow, it makes it easy. If they don't go as expected, well, guess what? You already figured that, and you can get a little smile on your face to say, good job. Good job to try to take me off my game. I already expect success. There's no way that the unexpected is going to take me from being that. There's no way the unexpected is going to keep me from doing what I know I can do. All right? But if you don't prepare for that, if you don't expect, manage your expectation of it to go perfectly, you're in trouble. Number 3, and I always get this from everybody, from Ruth and Carol and everybody who hears my talks, why am I so negative? Right? I always bring up negative stuff. All right? But I'm going to tell you the truth now. Expect to suffer. If you don't expect suffering, and listen to me, listen, I grew up fundamentalist Christian, a strict Church of Christ background in my life. I'm probably closer to a Buddhist now, right? But I've learned through my life, through all religious ups and downs, all the kinds of things that happen that way, life sucks. It's suffering, whether you like it or not. And you've just signed up to put yourself through specific suffering. You signed up for it 6 months ago when you got started with this damn program. You suffered week in, week out throughout the whole program. And you think you're going to get to the starting line and not suffer? Come on. But I think sometimes we just think it's going to go just our way. Like it's going to be perfect. You know, that's sort of expecting the unexpected. Well, really, it's unexpected for you to have no suffering from start to finish, okay?